Let's keep this conversation going. I'm here to talk about sex with MS. It's an interesting dynamic to live with MS. I've been diagnosed for 6 years now, divorced, and I've had a few intimate encounters. Not many, but with someone familiar. And although it feels like he's fully aware of things that I need, he's also a self-proclaimed lazy lover. The two don't mix. And actually, if I'm being honest, they don't match either. So I moved through this journey of rediscovering my wants, my needs, my desires, what truly sets my body into motion, what creates that deep, raw, emotional connection that I'm looking for. I'm realizing that I'm with a partner who doesn't really get it. I need someone who respects it, that can create a space where I feel comfortable, safe, and relaxed enough to reconnect. Essentially, I need to be able to plug in, no pun intended. I miss the feeling of an explosion in my body with a partner. And it's hard to make that kind of request in a casual encounter. You feel like all eyes are on you because no one expects sex to feel this orchestrated. People want to jump right in. They want that chemistry to spark immediately. They want the passion to just take over. But with MS, and not everyone experiences it in the same way, you can get stuck in your head. And that's the journey I'm on right now. Just trying to get out of my head. Trying to close my eyes, relax, and allow myself to feel all the feelings again. But the truth is, you absolutely need a willing partner. Again, you cannot have a lazy lover. Lazy. At this stage of my life, I would like to have someone who's patient, someone I trust. But starting a new relationship can feel hard. Eventually, it's going to lead to sex. You're going to have to say something. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the fear, the expectation of what your body can produce can be daunting. I want to talk about my MS freely without feeling like I'm scaring someone off. But I also want that natural progression where two people are getting to know each other, learning each other, and genuinely wanting to spend time together. I've noticed that I'm leaning towards long distance relationships. And I think that part of that is because it keeps people at an arm's length, especially when it comes to intimacy. It's not something I have to deal with on a regular basis. And that's not really what I want. But yes, it does feel safer than stepping into that pot of water. But talking through this now, I realize I have to do better. I have to use my discernment and really pay attention to the things that matter to me in a sexual relationship. And I'm using sexual loosely because I can still have an intimate relationship. But it doesn't mean that I'm marrying the next man I'm sleeping with. No. Does it mean the next person has to be a long-term relationship? No. But what it means is I need to know what I'm asking for each and every time. But it does raise the question, when you have MS, how do you navigate through that? What are you looking for to connect? How do you date? If it's a 3 or 4 month relationship, by that point, intimacy usually enters the picture. As I get older, the more important discernment becomes, what kind of person is he? You know, is this someone who is going to listen to what my needs are? At this age, you know, men in their 50s are going through their own physical changes as well. We work with them, they work with us. We need to navigate new bodies together. But the question I keep coming back to is, you know, do people with MS receive that same grace? That's what I'm working through right now. Just trying to, or learning to, elevate myself so that I'm not so stressed out about something that should be natural between two people. Let me know in the comments what you think about this episode. This is MS Unfiltered. Thanks for listening.